That was funny. I've never seen anything that funny in my life. That was hilarious. Oh, Jesus Christ. This guy's really telling President Trump he needs to go back. See, how am I going to wake up to lag? That's the thing. That's the question. You know, you wake up and you're lagging. You wake up and you're lagging. Hello everyone, welcome to Bayern Now, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. My computer has stopped being a Neymar and flopping around like a little fish. Niko Kovac has I can't get this guy's name off my mind. Niko Kovac has been appointed as Bayern manager. Hansi Flick is Bayern Munich's permanent coach. So we can all stop saying, no, seriously, am I... Oh my god. I want to know if I'm actually live. Because that's a problem if I'm not. It's a real problem. Come on, tell me I'm live. Can you actually hear me? Okay, so I guess we just don't care about Hansi Flick today. Oh no, we do. I am live. I'm the one not paying attention. But Hansi Flick has now been appointed the permanent coach of Bayern Munich, and this is the best story, the best news in these peak times. I think that all of us, we were all expecting him to be hired, weren't we? I think everyone in their right mind was like, yeah, we know Flick is going to be hired. I think we all knew that. I think the best part is it's in the midst of all this, crap going on in the world, and I think that we all needed a bit of positivity, especially from the club that we all love. And yeah, Bayern are shite, okay. But Hansi Flick over the last few months has just, he's revolutionized his club for the first time in 3 years. I think a lot of us were actually very confident we could win anything against any team. I think he took a team that was full of, distrust among the fans, a team that was unfavored amongst the Bayern supporters, and he made that team good. He made Alphonso Davies world class. He brought Neuer back to his old self. Lewandowski was scoring, assisting every week. Gnabry consistently playing and, giving out 8 out of 10 performances consistently, right? And he made all of this. Flick is inexperienced, could be short-term form like Gunnar Solkjaer. First of all, Hansi Flick was a second manager to a World Cup Germany winning side. So yeah, no. You have to be intelligent to be a second manager of Germany, considering the amount of actual smart managers are in Germany. So no, he's not inexperienced. He's also managed before. He managed Hoffenheim when they were in the third tier of German football. And guess what? He was winning games and slapping teams up still. And he was actually a very decent coach. I don't know how we only found Hansi Flick so far. Come on, assistant managers, no, but he's managed before and he's done very well, right? To the point where he left by his own accordance and went to go be assistant manager. He left main managing, and he's taken a Bayern Munich side with no tactical identity, no enthusiasm amongst the fans, and he's made that team world class. Yes, the tactics improved. It's crazy. Because watching Bayern Munich before Hansi Flick under Niko Kovac, we looked dreadful. We could barely string 3 passes together without getting caught out. Players all over the place. He improved the defense. He improved the pressing. It's not just Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United. They can barely break down a team that just sits back. Whereas Hansi Flick, why am I talking about this? You got me. All of you know how to rile me up, but Hansi Flick has done so well over the last few months, right? And he's gotten some big tests. Leipzig, he did well in play and had a team that played exceptionally well. And Dortmund, oh my God, we were high flying against Dortmund. And he's gotten some huge tests, and he's answered each and every one of them with the correct answers. And I think he deserves this job. If there's anyone that deserved this job, it's Hansi Flick. My man could have been better than Kovac. No, Niko Kovac won himself a Bundesliga trophy. Oh, not a Bundesliga. You got me confused. He won himself a DFB Cup, right? He did earn the Bayern job. It just wasn't for him. He couldn't deal with the high-profile players, right? And he couldn't deal with the dressing room. Kovac's problem also was his inflexibility, which Hansi Flick has proven that he can be flexible. So when Hansi came in, they won 12 games in a row. When Oli came in, it was short-term form. After Jose was sacked, same for. There is a deal. It's official. How much can kicker be trusted? The club have tweeted this out. The Bayern have tweeted this out. If that's official, that's really official. And also, Hansi Flick is actually, I don't know, relegating Cardiff. You knew that was coming, right? And only managing Mulder, in Norway. Hansi Flick has actually been in a team. Assistant manager. I don't know how much they do, but he's been there watching a team win the World Cup. Come on, been there, been the number 2, and also he's managed Hoffenheim in the 3rd German division. Look at the results. He was slapping good teams, Bundesliga 1 teams in the cup, 4-0, 3-0. Okay. The best thing about Hansi Flick as well is he's not coming into this job going, you're ignoring, today it's official, you're saying in the future how much more can kicker be trusted. This is normal. I could have tweeted Hansi Flick will be given the Bayern job soon, and whenever that happened, I would have been correct as well. I don't think trusting news sources is anything. They'll always get something right. It's just, we just have to keep being, just keep our minds and just make our own minds up when a news story comes out. But became crap managers. Well, he's not a crap manager, man. Okay, well, when we're winning games consistently, when he's attracting players all over Europe because we're winning games, then we'll talk. Because everyone knew Ole Gunnar Solkjaer just told his team to go out and play. He literally said it in his press conferences. Hansi Flick literally had to make a whole new tactical identity overnight. And guess what? Ole Gunnar Solkjaer was basically sucking off Manchester United for the job. Hansi Flick said, you know what? I have interest from other teams in Europe. I don't need this Bayern job. And he was vowing himself to get veto power. He literally went out on press conferences, criticized the club's transfer strategy. You have to have big balls to do that. Okay? You have to have big balls. He doesn't need us. We need him. That's the issue. That was what's wrong with Manchester United. This isn't another Ole Gunnar Solskjaer situation. This is Hansi Flick. All right. You haven't seen a situation where an interim manager becomes a main man. There's many situations. It's not just Solskjaer at Manchester United. And Hansi Flick and Solskjaer are not close to their management style. Hansi Flick plays high quality, attractive football. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer plays counter-attack FC. That's it. That's the difference. All right. It's like, they would want. They're not Bayern fans. Come on, we all know this, right? Hansi Flick. Go against him. Yeah, look. Yeah, players will go against him. Think about it. You have all these players that do probably want to leave or with new contracts, and even Coutinho, who's not playing. Big name players that are sitting on the bench. Not one has come out and said Hansi Flick is a trash coach. I don't want to play for him. I want to leave. Not one, because he's probably a very good coach. Kind of like a Jürgen Klopp, where you can't hate him, even though he's going to sell you. You can't hate him. And he has an idea of the players he wants. That's what I want. Solskjaer wanted some guy from Newcastle. I don't know his name. And then he wanted someone else. And then he ended up getting Bruno Fernandes. And then it's all over the place with him. He doesn't have an idea of the European market. Hansi Flick is like, you know what? I want Havertz. And he said it. Havertz is a good player, but he doesn't play for Bayern. He wants those players. He says he wants TIMO Werner. He says he wants involvement in every transfer as a manager. That's something I want from you. I don't want you begging for the job. I want us begging you. Oh my God, man. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer left. You had players like Matic coming out talking about, not left, but you have players like Matic coming out, and talking about how basic his training are. Has anyone come out and said Hansi Flick's training and tactical training is very basic, but you have countless sources coming out and saying players in the dressing room of Manchester United feel the training methods are basic? No, you have that, right? And this is the first time in 3 years that Bayern has looked good. You don't break these records Hansi Flick has broken just by being, okay. You break them by being. It's not like he's not experienced. He has a tactical philosophy. He doesn't play the same. It's not like he just told the team to go play. We had tactical issues at the back. We had players not knowing where they had to be, and that's what he's brought into the team. He took over Kovac, who the players were not trying for long term. Will judge him. The majority of our players were up there for covering the most grass. It's not that the players weren't trying under Kovac. The players didn't even have. It was just the players didn't have a tactical identity under Kovac. The right coaching. If anything, if the players didn't want to try, now would be the best time because they'd be getting paid, right? And they'd have an assistant manager taking over, and they wouldn't have a need to try, right? We don't have a situation here where players weren't trying under Kovac. If you're at Bayern Munich, you have to try. I don't give a crap if you don't like the coach. You have to try, right? Because next thing you know, we'll just buy someone else and replace you overnight. You have to try. Like we're not like, West Ham or Man United, where if you want to leave, you just don't try. Like Liverpool right now, you have to try under Klopp. Even if you're gonna leave, you have to try because you're the best of the best. And if you want to move anywhere else, you have to have a freaking resume behind you. And Flick, I didn't say Flick was a genius. I said what he's done is genius. He's taken a team that no one believed in. No one thought. Keep the chats coming. Everyone, leave a like. I'm enjoying this. Nagelsmann would be better. Why? Julian Nagelsmann, why? Actually, Nagelsmann is going to be one of the best managers in the world in the future, and so is Hansi Flick. Hansi Flick is only 55. Only towards Kovac, and players did not want him anymore. All the time before Bayern played dreadful. Flick actually gave the team an identity. That's absolutely right. I couldn't say that better. And also, under Kovac, the thing with him was Kovac came into a team. We Bayern Munich always have our 4-3-3 identity. We play with 3 midfielders, 3 attackers, 4 defenders. We've always done that. Or 4-1-4-1. We've always done that, right? Well, but Kovac came in 4-2-3-1, but he made it weird, and he just didn't. The players weren't happy. No one was happy to play under him. It wasn't fun to watch. It was very dreadful performances. When we lost, we really got actually clattered. That's the problem with Niko Kovac. But Hansi Flick has come in, right? We lost 2 games under Flick. Flick didn't come in and just start winning games. We've lost 2. Like, you're saying it as if Hansi Flick came in and just pressed a button and we just started winning. I think we lost 2 games already under Flick, which is normal. And we've drawn 1. The Leipzig game. We lost to Mönchengladbach. We lost to Bayer Leverkusen under Hansi Flick, right? He didn't come in and press some button. You could see the development. You could see what he was trying to do with his tactics, right? We lost games. But what he's done is, in games where he was being questioned, he actually did well. Another Bundesliga instead of being an assistant, because he chose to be an assistant. He left the club that is now in the Bundesliga that he helped bring up and went to being a German assistant. He went to being an assistant manager, right? And also, just his short time here at Bayern, clubs all over the world were linked to him. Like that's not a coincidence. And also, Hansi Flick. Think about it. What's the best option for Bayern? Isn't it to just get Hansi Flick going well? Bayern Munich. We're not Man United with non-footballing people who make non-football decisions. We don't have business owners in control of our club. We have Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, one of the best forwards of all time, 2 Ballon d'Ors. We have Unai Hoeneß, one of the best strikers of all time. Well, he's not at the board anymore as much. He's not as involved. We have footballing people making footballing decisions. If they trust Kovac, if they trust Hansi Flick, then I trust them. If the club trusts anything, because ultimately we can just sack him if he doesn't do well. We can just sack him because it's not going to be a pay. We're not going to pay him $1 billion to sack him. Tactically, he's not a genius, but he's put in tactics that are working with every single player that plays in the team. He's improved every single player. He's improved even the older players that were declining. He's improved them. Javi Martinez, he hasn't played well for a long time, and he's improved him. Thiago was a bit dreadful at the beginning of the season. Thiago, you can't say that about Thiago. Come on, you can never say the word dreadful with Thiago in it, but he was dreadful at the beginning of the season. Hansi Flick came in. Thiago's world class. All of a sudden, people care about what Thiago is doing. All of a sudden, you have all these news sources. Is Thiago world class? That's a manager. That's the manager effect. Did Ole Gunnar Solkjaer never did put down a new identity in Man United, right? He never did. He told them, soak up pressure, hit on the brake. Hansi Flick has come in and told this team, this is how we're going to play, this is how we're going to break down teams, and you can see the difference. You can see how we play, right? You can see it. And I'm loving this debate. I love the fact that people care this much about if Hansi Flick succeeds or not, because ultimately if he does, we're going to be right and you're going to be wrong, and you're going to feel really crappy. The reason why United did well short term was teams didn't know what Solskjaer was going to do. But he just said, soak up pressure, hit on the brake. You're not seeing Hansi Flick do that. Hansi Flick isn't a basic coach. Hansi Flick has never relegated a team. Hansi Flick is proven, even as an assistant coach, right, as a World Cup winning manager, winning assistant manager. And you know what? You can go back, old clips. You have players saying what a huge impact he's had on their playing careers, right? You have players like Havertz, and Werner saying, oh, I really like Hansi Flick, I want to play for him. You know what I mean? My point is, Ole won 12 games in his first 12 months. He looked like a genius. They gave him the job, then he burst. Well, Hansi Flick lost the first 2 games in his careers. Hold on, I have to check that. He lost 2 games, drew 1. He drew 2 games in his entire management career at Bayern. So he has 4 games that he hasn't won. So when we're talking about this winning run thing, that's not it. And Hansi Flick wasn't hired by business people. He's hired by some of the greatest player ever in history. So if they think he's good tactically, then it's true. So I'm just saying, fixtures. Man, this is great. I mean, I'm loving the comments, the interactions, the disagreements. Like, this is why I love football so much. We can all disagree, right? So Hansi Flick came in, and Bayern won against Olympiacos, had a great performance against Dortmund, won against Fortuna Düsseldorf, won 6-0 against Svenda Zvezda, I don't care. And then we lost to Bayer Leverkusen in our own stadium. And then the next week, we lost to Mönchengladbach in their stadium, and we won against Tottenham. And then it started getting better. We started keeping clean sheets. Our defense became better. The club has literally said Hansi Flick was the one who told Kovac to play Davies and Alaba where they're playing now. Obviously, he literally did that. He's come out and criticized the club. Has Solskjaer ever come out and said Ed Woodward is only a businessman scumbag and we need... No, Hansi Flick has said the club needs to make business. Hansi Flick is the reason why we actually did something in January. It wasn't huge, but he's the reason why we have Adriozola. Because he came out and said if Kimmich is going to play midfield, we need a world-class right back. And he's come out and done that. If that's... I don't understand the whole situation. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could barely talk about his club. He couldn't. Is not how, but this is just a new manager bounce. We didn't have a new manager bounce. We lost games, we drew games. Okay, his winning run was 4 games before we lost 10. That's his new manager bounce. That would be the worst that would be a reason not to hire him, because after he got hired, 1, 2, 3, 3 games, 4 games later, we lost 2 games in a row. Okay, yeah, that's a winning manager bounce. That's a winning manager bounce for you, right? And we had strong teams in those games. It's not even like a situation where we had bad teams. We had great teams. We had everyone fit. We lost games under Hansi Flick. That's in 4 games. We hired him off 4 games. Man United had a situation where you had world-class players playing for a crap coach, Mourinho. And what happened was the new coach came in. He was supposed to be just a few months. Hey, play well. That was it. That's what they said. Play well, right? Did Hansi Flick do that? No, he had to fix issues, actual issues. And you can see those issues being fixed. You could see them progressing. We got better at defending. Not defending, but we got a better defensive structure. Our pressing numbers have gone up significantly. The amount of passes the opposition create or make before we win the ball back have increased. It's the little things, right? He's improved that. Already told you, implement a new system that improved the team, and performances improved with every game. Thank you. Oh, hey, look, someone's agreeing with me. Usually, even Bayern fans don't agree with my opinions on this channel. But look, yeah, over time, you can watch the games. Watch how we play. When I watched you against Chelsea, you played good possession and good football, but Chelsea was shite. So wait until you face Juventus. Well, yeah, sure, we'll face Juventus, who are with the worst manager I've ever seen for years. I mean, Juventus are crap, and I don't know if you met Juventus, but are you going to tell me Chelsea didn't beat Man United? Or did Chelsea beat Man United? Or are you going to tell me Chelsea aren't a good team? No, it's because we ran them over. We absolutely controlled them from minute 1 to 0, from 0 to 90 minutes. And if you think about it, if it was under Niko Kovac, I would have been a bit scared about that game, because Kovac would have probably... The team would have I don't even know if we would have had high morale. Even the game against Liverpool. Bayern Munich parked the damn bus. Have you seen Bayern park the bus? No, we've never parked the bus. Man, I don't understand why people want to discredit him all of a sudden. Meanwhile, I'm just happy for Flick. Yes, I mean, we have to be happy for Hansi Flick. You can't... Chelsea have a very young squad. You have Leroy. Wow, okay. Well, I was hearing before games that Chelsea fans really thought... what's his name? Abraham was on the same level as Lewandowski. There was actual talks. I have a Chelsea fan who's my friend. He genuinely thinks Abraham would be on the same level as Lewandowski. But it shows you the difference. But I'm telling you, under Kovac, I don't think we beat Chelsea 3-0 comfortably. I think we would still probably beat them like 2-1 or concede so many goals. And then probably still, I don't even think we would, because you're telling me Chelsea, who played superb against Liverpool, just faltered against Bayern? You're telling me that? No, it's not possible. So the whole notion that that's just the delusions of the English fans. They know. Thanks. No, I wouldn't say it's delusion. I'd just say it's the lack of knowledge. I think Premier League fans especially. They don't have knowledge of any other. If it's not Premier League, if it's not in England, they don't know about it. Like, I know about England, I know about Italy. So if you talk to me about Italy, I would tell you this and that. Someone wrote, if we played Juventus, we run them over. Premier League isn't the best league right now. I mean, when was the last time you saw? It's not the best league right now. That would be delusional to say it. Because, I mean, one Premier League team, no, actually 2, right? Chelsea, United and City are still the only English team still left in the Champions League. Well, Chelsea is, but they've gotten run over. I mean, look, I think the lowest division team, the lowest teams in the Bundesliga would beat the lowest teams in the Premier League. That's what I think. Because when you look at it, every team in the Bundesliga sets out to play football. Every manager has a tactical identity. In the Premier League, we want to stay up, so we'll just defend all season and score like 3 goals. There's literally stats with teams scoring 12 goals. Oh my God, after 20 games. How is that possible? Before the game, Leroy is shite. Gnabry overrated. Chelsea easy win. After the game, lucky win. Chelsea's bad. Absolute win. Yeah, that's perfect as well. Bundesliga is a pub league. Yeah, sure. People tell me, oh, the Premier League last season's finalist. First of all, That's happened to every league. There's been I don't think England's never ever had that. Oh no, they have once, and Germany's had it twice. All German Champions League, right? All German this and that, right? And also think about it. Arsenal went to the Europa League final for what? They went and got slapped up anyways by a team that we slapped up. I mean, seriously, it's just the delusion all over. It's crazy. Arsenal are mid-table Premier League side, and they slapped Frankfurt 3-0. Wow, incredible. Incredible. Was Arsenal mid-table then, when they were in the Europa League? Were they mid-table? No, I don't think Arsenal beat Frankfurt. I think Frankfurt beat Arsenal 3-0. Arsenal fixtures. I have to check. I'm not gonna just, because I don't know. I don't remember. So in the Europa League group stages, I assume that's Eintracht Frankfurt beat Arsenal 2-1 in the Emirates Stadium. So I don't know which one you're talking about. Where Arsenal, Arsenal won in the reverse fixture, but Eintracht Frankfurt slapped up Arsenal in the same games, 2-1. So I mean, if you're gonna bring that, you might as well use that. When was the news announced about Flick? I think it was a couple hours ago. But Bayern Munich have come out and hired him. And look, Oliver Kahn has played under some of the best managers ever, arguably everywhere. And he's saying he has a mentality for the club. And Hansi Flick isn't a manager that was like begging for this job. I don't think he knelt down and asked for this job. I think the reason why the club is hiring is because he fits the ethos of the club, right? Hansi Flick has put his new pen to good use. That's the pen. Oh, so that was crazy. It's important for Oliver Kahn. It's important for Bayern Munich to have a head coach that understands the club's philosophy. Hansi was a player. I mean, he did play for Bayern briefly. He wasn't like some big legend, but he did play. He was like a squad player. An assistant coach here. Now he's the gaffer. It's a good path to take. Brazo, which, I mean, I'm not a fan of him. I think he just has a lack of knowledge in Europe. Hansi and I are in which direction we want to take the team's development. There are tough challenges ahead in the world of football. We believe that Hansi is the right coach for them. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge, one of the greatest players of all time, 2 Ballon d'Ors. I think he won 3 Champions Leagues. This guy was so saucy. He was like the Messi of his era, but he was 6 foot as well. So he The club is very happy with Hansi Flick's work. The team is developed under his leadership, and we're playing attractive football, which is reflected in the results. We're playing well. That's the thing. We're playing well. So come on. Leipzig would run over most Premier League teams. He talks crap about Özil. No, don't disrespect disrespect me, but don't disrespect that guy. I mean, come on. You know what he's done. You know, I don't even know if you know about him, because you probably only focus on different stuff. I mean, look at how much talent. Jadon Sancho, in the Premier League. Where was Jadon Sancho, right? People are telling me, what that means the Bundesliga only develops. Oh, it's bad that we develop better players. It's bad that the systems here develop younger players into world beaters. Is it bad? Oh my God! I mean, look some of the best players in England come from the Bundesliga. De Bruyne came from the He came from Wolfsburg. God damn it! He didn't even come from Bayern. He came from Wolfsburg, right? And he's better than every midfielder England is producing. It's not just about it's the England culture. It's like this, you gotta be tall. There's no technique there. I mean, you're an easy league for young players to do well. Well, why don't you just send them to Belgium then? Aren't they the easy league? No, it's because the league is well cultured. The Bundesliga is well cultured. It has better fans, better atmospheres, better stadiums, better development systems, and they play better football. And that's why younger players are able to integrate into teams. That's why Alphonso Davies has done so well. That's why Dortmund has a system of building young players up, right? Because if Man United tried to do it, they wouldn't be able to do it. Not because they have these world-class players, because they're looking for players from the Bundesliga every week. They're looking for Leon Bailey. They're looking for those guys. It's better than any German midfielder right now. Or, oh my God, Dele Alli. He just said Dele Alli. Dele Alli is better than Kai Havertz. He's better than Julian Brandt. He's not. He's not. I mean, oh jeez, I mean we do slap up a lot of English teams, don't we? I mean, look, how many Premier League teams have slapped up Barcelona? Just asking. I mean, even Liverpool did it, but they got slapped up before, even when Barca didn't play well. Barca were also in the crises, and they still lost 3-0. And I mean, if not for the freaking Barcelona being a crap team, they would have won. I mean, think about it. It's crazy. He's amazing. Check the stats. I don't check stats. I check your ability on the pitch, and it looks like Dele Alli is a flick merchant. Trent, Gomez, Sancho, and I'm done. I want to read. Look how pathetic Chelsea have been. They have no service from wide. Falcao and Morata both fell because the club is mindless. That's true. I mean, okay, it's not just about the players and how the league is. Think about the owners. The owners of Premier League clubs, dreadful. If the Premier League was world class, they wouldn't have these American owners take over and not give you anything. Trent is better than that slow. Kimmich clocked in one of the fastest speeds in the team. Kimmich isn't slow, he just doesn't sprint like every minute because he's smart with how he plays. Kimmich is a tempo controlling right back. He's relaxing, and he got more assists from open play than Trent last season, playing the same position. And guess what? Kimmich scored more goals as well. Kimmich is better defensively. It's easy. Kimmich, I mean, the amount of times Kimmich took the blocked goals, like actual goal line clearances last season was insane. Kimmich was superb last season. The game against Liverpool, superb. A brain like Lahm. Yeah, Philipp Lahm was faster than Kimmich, but I mean, Philipp Lahm, what? The brain, you just need football intelligence, and that's it. Like, you don't need to be fast. Only German leagues would allow Leipzig to form in 2009, and in 2000 fight for the title. Such an easy country to progress. You're a joke. No, first of all, Leipzig got 100 million, and they have a superb academy. They used their Red Bull used their other clubs in what's it called, Salzburg, and they got talent in that way as well, right? Also, 2009, when was City created? 2010, because they just have all this. Because Man City, I don't even think people cared about Man City a few years ago. All of a sudden, all the players. And Leipzig didn't break any rules actually, because if you look at it, there's no financial fair play breaches because they didn't go buy players for 150 million when they're only making 5 million per season, right? So there's just really no argument to compare Leipzig to anything else. And also Leipzig Kimmich is from Leipzig's system, right? We bought Kimmich for 8.5 million when no one really knew about him, right? And Leipzig were able to get a player like that. And Liverpool, and think about Liverpool as well. How did they get Robertson? It's the same Moneyball system. Leipzig used that. Your leagues are a joke. Didn't Leipzig embarrass Tottenham 3-4? Did Tottenham not score? Oh yeah, Tottenham didn't score, and they're supposed to be a good team under Mourinho, who I think unknown driller thinks he's a good coach as well. They got embarrassed. I mean, and then someone told me, oh, but Tottenham had all these injuries. Well, Leipzig missed their entire defense due to injury. So, I mean, they don't even have a CDM now. They lost him to a team. They lost Dama, and they only have Sabitzer to play CDM, and he's not a CDM. Leipzig has Red Bull as an investor. Is the Formula One now a joke because Red Bull joined and got 4 championships in a row? Tottenham embarrassed Dortmund last year 3-0 on aggregate. Yeah, cool. And did they go win anything with that? No, they didn't. But Leipzig is a better team than Dortmund. And also Pochettino. Pochettino was a good. I mean, someone told me Poch wasn't good, and Poch went and embarrassed a good German team 3-0, right? Jesus Christ! The same person telling me this told me Pochettino. Oh my God, I can't be bothered. I'm loving the argument. We keep it coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. But I mean, Hansi Flick, this news. I mean, I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. If it fails, we just sack him. Like, no one cares. We're just gonna start doing crap now. I mean, we're not even playing, so we can't be doing crap. Bayern have won one CL title in 20 years. You're a joke. You play in a pub league which does not prepare you for harsh CL games. No, we've won 2. So yeah, we've won 2. We've been in about 5 finals, and we've bottled them. Yeah, that's alright. So you can't say we've only won 1 when we've won 2, because we won 1 in 2006, 2005. We won 1 in 2013, right, to a German team as well. We beat a German team in an all-German Champions League final, slapping up some of the best teams in the world. We slapped up Real Madrid, Barcelona 7-0 on aggregate. Tell me a Premier League team that can do that. There's not a single Premier League team that slapped up Barcelona 7-0 on aggregate. In fact, one Premier League team got slapped up in a final in England by a team with a 5'7" guy named Lionel Messi. Okay, there's just no. I don't understand this. Okay. The season will only return when it's appropriate to do so. I mean, actually, we should have won in '99. I don't know why we didn't. The missed clearance to the United's goal, the missed clearance at the corner. It just, I hate how we lost to United like that. We're bottlers. We don't bottle like we don't perform like Tottenham do. We don't do that. But what we do is we perform well, have 30 chances, but then don't take one, and then we get punished. Like Chelsea game. We should have won that game in normal time, right? It should have been won, or the winner should have been found out in normal time. But we bottled it. The last 20 years, Bayern won in 2001. Yeah, 2001, my bad. And 2013. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is, right? We will always, Bayern Munich will always, see, that's the thing. I think the mentality of the team has changed. That's why I was so confident we'd win the Champions League, because of the team, the philosophy has changed so much. Why is Sancho using your league as a stepping stone? What? So you went Sancho. Sancho, right? Sancho didn't just come into the Bundesliga to improve his game. He came to Dortmund to play. Sancho was a good player. And by the way, what has Sancho? If you're gonna use the example of all these trophies, what has Sancho won then? Right? Wasn't Sancho in the same team that got slapped up 3-0 by Tottenham? So is he not good? See, he's gonna come to a Premier League team for 150 million probably. So then what's up with that, right? Should he be worth 5 million because he plays in this pub league, right? Since the Bundesliga is a pub league, is an easy league, Sancho should be like 5 million. Yeah, that's your logic, right? He's not going to be worth 150 million, right? He should be worth 5 million, right? Go to Manchester City. You know what? De Bruyne, yeah, he should be worth 5 million. Leroy Sane, 50 million, which was a lot of money back then in 2016. You know what? He should be worth like 5 million because he comes from Schalke in the Bundesliga, right? So if he stayed at home, yeah, Sancho would be Reece Nelson. But what Germany does so well is, why is Sane using City as a stepping stone? Oh, I mean, that's true. Yeah, Sancho did get embarrassed by Davies, who plays in the Bundesliga, who's from the MLS. In the Bundesliga, players like Xhaka and Schürrle and Kolasinac look class, but in the Premier League, yeah, that's why they were in the best Bundesliga teams, right? No, Xhaka didn't play for Bayern or Dortmund or any top team or Schalke. He didn't play for any of them, right? Schürrle didn't play for any of them. Kolasinac didn't play for any of them. But all the class players, even the class players, you're bringing up 3 players who are Bundesliga players, but I could bring up 10 Premier League players that are from the Bundesliga that are ripping your league apart. De Bruyne, right? Of course, he came from Chelsea, but he was really developed in the Bundesliga, right? You have Gunnar, who's playing for Manchester City, and you have Firmino, who's ripping your league apart from Hoffenheim, not Bayern Munich, Hoffenheim, right? Hoffenheim, the same team Hansi Flick used to coach. Hoffenheim, he ripped them up. He wasn't ripping it in Germany, but he's ripping up the Premier League with his incredible link-up play, right? And West Ham paid 50 million for Haller. He's probably going to rip you up. That's 4 players already. What other players came from Germany, right? At Arsenal, I think you had, what's his name? I don't know. I forgot his name. But Ozil was, I mean, he's not great now. Upamecano, he's ripping up your league, right? I mean, as much as Ozil isn't great, Upamecano is ripping up your league. Oh, where is he from? Dortmund. Oh, the same club that got slapped. Okay, I'll keep talking about that. Right? Name me one player who's gone from Premier League to Bundesliga and flopped. I'll wait. It's too easy. Reece Nelson, he recently. What has he done in the Bundesliga then? He hasn't done anything, right? He's gone from Hoffenheim back to. Did he rip up the Bundesliga? No, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't rip it up. He was average. He looked like an average British player. He looked like an average. Like, I feel like there's so many. Yeah, Reece Nelson. He flopped. He wasn't great. Because if he was great, he'd be doing a Sancho. He'd be doing a De Bruyne. He'd be doing all that, right? And tell me, how many British players? How many times has England won the World Cup in the last 20 years? How many times has Germany? Exactly, right? In the last 30 years, Germany's won it like 1976, 1980. I think Germany won it twice. Or no, was it only once? Right? Think about that. Smith Rowe and Oliver Burke, if you include his. I don't remember Smith Rowe. I don't even know who that is. I don't even know who Oliver Burke is. We only take your best. Yeah, for you. You don't have Thiago. You don't have Kimmich. I mean, if you took the best, you would take from Bayern, right? Is it normal that a player from, you know what's wrong with England? It's just this mentality. You're not going to win anything with. You're telling me Dele Alli is better than Kai Havertz, but Kai Havertz is going to be winning a World Cup before Dele Alli even stops dancing. Good luck taking players from Bayern with. There's not a single Bayern player a Premier League team will ever be able to buy. There is none, not a single one. But we can buy Pogba if we wanted, if we really wanted to, but we don't, because we know ultimately Pogba isn't going to fit us, right? We can buy a Premier League player, but we just don't do it because we know there's so much better talent out there. There's so much better talent out there. Kolasinac, who they rammed into a back four when he played in a back. Oh yeah, he was a wing back, wasn't he, in the Bundesliga? Good luck taking players from Bayern with the. No, don't. Reece Nelson. Oh, wasn't he playing ahead of Pepe when Arteta came in? He was playing ahead of Pepe. I mean, I don't know much about him, but he was playing ahead of Pepe for like a long time before Pepe started playing more. Come on, bro. You can keep bringing these examples. Yeah, I will be streaming FIFA later. Part 2, career mode. We have to win the Champions League. I can't wait to draw Liverpool. Woo! Virgil van Dijk is going to look like Virgil van Dunk. Lewis Dunk. That's what he's going to look like. Jesus Christ. I mean, look. Let me. Is there? I think. I mean, your best Premier League manager came from the Bundesliga, which is a farmers league, right? And then your second best Premier League manager came from the Bundesliga, which is a farmers league, if I last remembered. And come on, man, you're taking too many L's today. Ronaldo is better than Coman and Gnabry. Yeah, who's injured right now? An injured Coman is better than Heung-min Son, right? And Son, he always performs against Chelsea. And he always performs in London. And wasn't Arsenal very good in 2017? Arsenal was still a good team, getting top 4 Champions League. That's something. They got slapped up 10-2 on aggregate by the Farmers League team. The easy league. They got slapped up by I don't understand this Premier League argument. Liverpool. As much as they should have probably won the game. Right? I believe Liverpool should have probably won the game. They got slapped up by a team called Atletico Madrid that aren't even 5th in freaking. They're barely 5th as well. I have to check. Where's Atletico Madrid in La Liga? Yeah, they're quite low. I think they are. Atletico Madrid is 6th in La Liga, and they're 3 points behind 7th. Right, they're gonna get Europa League next year, probably 2013. We didn't get slapped up by Atletico Madrid. We beat Barcelona 7-0 on aggregate. Come on, just don't talk to me. Son scored in that match. Full defense has nothing to do with him. Son also comes from the Bundesliga, by the way. If you didn't know, I'm just telling you now. So yeah, Son came from the Bundesliga. You're taking L's. Why are you embarrassed? Why are you embarrassed to be a development league? Hold the L, because it's not a development league. What we're taking? We have some of the best. Oh God! And you're saying it like it's some bad thing that we could develop players. Yeah, we could, and we also win some of the biggest trophies. Yeah, it's normal, right? And we produce some of the best managers. Not only produce, have currently Julian Nagelsmann, Marco Rose. Those are some of the top managers that are gonna come up in the world, right? Son is in a Bundesliga 2 academy pro. Yeah, oh yeah. Was it Hanover? Yeah, Son played in Bundesliga 2, not even 1. Arsenal was too shy to develop anyway, so Gnabry came, embarrassed 2 Premier League teams, 6 goals in 2 London games, and Son came from the Gnabry came from the Premier League. He wasn't playing well, right? He was playing well, but just getting a lot of injuries. Loaned to West Brom, told he wasn't good enough, came to the Bundesliga, Bayern Munich gave him a chance, and he's turned into a world beater, right? And if you wanted to get him now, you have to pay us 200 million, and you're the best player. I think unknown driller. Don't you support Spurs? I want to rip Spurs now. Harry Kane doesn't even clean Lewandowski's shoes. He's too irrelevant to do it. Oh, you talk about trophies. What has Kane won? Nothing. 0. 1 minus 1, 0. Educated by proper coaches. That's good. Hey, we're getting you today. No, oh my God, I'm enjoying this. Thank you, everyone involved. I'm Stu, SAS 98, Unknown Driller. Thank you for this fun I'm having. The Premier League has only been relevant since Pep and Klopp came in. That's true. Yeah, that's actually true, because Pep won it. Pep destroyed that league twice. And also, if you want to talk about the Premier League and the Bundesliga, think about what Premier League what English managers won the Premier League in the last few years. Like none, right? I think Conte at Chelsea was Italian. Like, it's so weird how you ending stream. I will end this in after an hour. I'm just enjoying the conversations we're having. Klopp, a product of where Driller Mainz, the mighty Mainz. Yeah, Mainz was a team that was going to get relegated, and they produced the best Premier League manager over the last few years. Oh yeah, what are some of the best British, some of the best Premier League players aren't even British, but some of the best, the best Germany Bundesliga players are German. The best Italian players or Serie A players are German, or Italian, my bad. The best Spanish players or La Liga players are, it's Messi and Ronaldo, right? But then outside of them, it's just, but the Premier League, I can just go Cantona. He's not. Is he British? No, he's not. You have Drogba. Is he English? No, he's not. You have, even left backs. Patrice Evra is the best Premier League left back in my opinion. And is he? Oh my God. Roy Hodgson bossing the Premier League, the Bundesliga, or Sean Dyche they wouldn't even make the freaking teams. The they wouldn't hire them, but a team like Liverpool would go and do it. Okay. There's not a single Bundesliga team that's hiring Roy Hodgson or Sean Dyche at Burnley. Come on. Not a single one. Because they're crap coaches. They're crap. And there's no... Oh, my God. Imagine Sean Dyche working with, young players who aren't white. Sean Dyche. That's impossible. That's something that I'm never going to see. Sean Dyche. No. Come on. England when was the last time England won a Euros? I don't remember this. Sean Dyche and working with a player who every club in the Premier League wants. Working with, Jesus Christ. Why don't if Liverpool or these top English clubs, why are they looking at Bundesliga players if they can look at Declan Rice? Declan Rice. Why are they looking at Tonali, a crap Serie A team in the Farmers League, when they could look at, Longstaff? Yeah, that's something. Sean Longstaff. Oh my God. Oh, Sean Longstaff. Oh, Dele Alli as well. How many? If Dele Alli was world class, don't you think Real Madrid would have bought him by now? I respect Chris Wilder. He's a cool coach, but before him, it's Bobby Robson. Well, I don't remember. Yeah, Chris Wilder. But the thing is, Chris Wilder wouldn't be doing as well in another league, right? Because they would have figured him out by now. They would have figured him out so easily. But Chris Wilder, I like what he's done, where he's used the same system with the same players for different leagues, and he's brought Sheffield United to where they are. I actually respect that. And he's done it playing good football. But you can't tell me that, he's going to get top 4 and get top 6, even top 8 in the Bundesliga. He'd get found out. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's not new, but it's the way they do it is cool. And the defense as well. They figured that out. I really, really rate it. This is supposed to be me congratulating Hansi Flick. But, it's alright. It's very alright. Hansi Flick is the only coach that can make Lewandowski look small, while he himself is shorter. It's FIFA Friday, Stay and Play edition. Use in your stream title for a chance. Nah, I'm not doing that. FIFA sucks. EA's trash. Porter's alright at Brighton, but before them, it's Bobby. Them two, it's Bobby Robson. Hold on, I don't know who Bobby Robson is. I'm sorry. Is he? Oh, was an English football manager, UEFA Cup winning manager. I mean, another England manager's greatest. I think has a British coach. I know Brian Clough did it. Brian Clough. I think he did it where he won. I think with Nottingham Forest, he won twice in a row. Won 2 Champions Leagues. But Bayern Munich have done it 3 times with the same manager. And Zidane did it in a Farmers League as well, La Liga, with the same manager 3 different times. Come on, has Sir Alex Ferguson won 3 Champions League in a row? No, he hasn't. Right? I mean, he's a good coach. What Sir Alex did well was, whenever football started changing, he'd just get a new assistant manager. He just fire the old one and get a new one, and he kept doing that, which just kept getting better. Bobby Robson, PSV, Barca, etc. Yeah, so many teams. It's crazy. I don't understand. You can love the Premier League, but just understand that there's different leagues. But that's 3 English coaches I rate in 30 years. That's pitiful. It's crazy because, wow. So you rate Chris Wilder, Porter, Brighton, and Wilder. That's crazy. I mean, I actually, there's an Englishman. I do think Wilder is great. I rate he was the England 1990 England coach. The only English manager that I rate of all time is Brian Clough. I think I just epitomize. I mean, I like the way he was carefree, just played well as well. I mean, people like him revolutionized the game, playing football on the ground, no dirtiness, just proper. I like that. I like that. I mean, England. I think about it. Where's England won? What has England won? Germany has won the Euros. How many World Cups How many World Cups? I mean, even the World Cups, England. When was the last time England won the World Cup? When was the last time England won the World Cup? I think it was 1966. Matt, they beat West Germany, and West Germany probably won. How many times has Germany won the World Cup? How many times has Germany won? 4 times. England have won it. How many times? Queen Elizabeth II presents Bobby Moore. Come on. And the top World Cup scorer is Mirza World Cup. Isn't the top scorer a German? There isn't a single England man on the top 10, is there? I wouldn't be surprised, but still. And England get the easiest route to the World Cup final. They still can't win it. 66, no Euros. They never get... Yeah, but he did get the Derby job. Ironic, got sacked, was it 44 days? That's my type of person. And then goes to Northern Forest and takes them from nothing to winning European trophies. And he made the first £1 million signing, which is crazy. And England have no Euro final appearance, I'm sure. What? Jeez. See, every year it's like the job is coming. England are winning the Euros. Leeds' job was funny. Jesus Christ. How do you get sacked after 44 days in the job and then still go on and be a great manager? I think you did always need Peter Taylor. I think the problem was that he went there as the only outsider. He didn't have a support system, so it was only him, no Peter Taylor. And then they went to, I think, Peter Taylor. I mean, why don't we have these old, British people? We just have these overrated people now. How did England go from having people like Brian Clough, right? And even though he's not great, obviously, Don Revie, to having just Sean Dyche? That's just crazy. Code Norman Hunter. He did put that a long time ago. Yeah, what a guy. And Jesus Christ, someone wants to tell me that the England national team is better than Germany. It's not even better than Bulgaria. I mean, seriously, you had Croatia. Come on, if that was the time you get to a World Cup final, it's there. Croatia, and they didn't get there. England, and they didn't even win versus Colombia. They won on penalties or overtime or something like that. Yeah, I think Brian Clough would probably be the best ever English manager. Sir Alex Ferguson is Scottish, so that he can't. I mean, he wouldn't even be I'm saying like full on England, Yeah, he's just not. Brian Clough is just something else. England has 0 European championships and 1 World. What? Wait, England. Wait, you were actually serious? I thought they won the Euros. Well, how many times has Germany won the Euros? I'm not. How many times has Germany won the Euros? England. Germany has to have won 3 Euros, 3 runners-up, and they're actually consistently doing it. They were runners-up in 2008. See, that's something right there, right? And how many of the best players ever have been English? No, that's not that many. I mean, best striker is in English. Gerd Müller, I mean, he's way better than Gary Lineker. Like people want to. Gerd Müller was what a cold striker. A striker. R9, way better than all. Come on. You could just put the entire Brazilian national team in the 2000s and they would have torn England to ribbons. Yeah, like Bruno Fernandes is doing. James Rodriguez and Bruno Fernandes are very similar. Long shots, incredible touch, right? Reading of the game, superb. Passing the ball about. He would have been doing what Bruno Fernandes is doing, right? The only thing with James Rodriguez is he's just a bit on the slower side of it, but just a little bit slower. But he's still faster than Juan Mata, Man United. Still faster. He still get you lots of assists and lots of goals from distance. Like James Rodriguez would rip the Premier League apart, but he's not even starting for Bayern Munich or even Real Madrid for that matter. Not even a Euro final. Oh my God! And they tell me England is better than Germany. Germany's won it 3 times, right? And won 4 World Cups. I don't think they count West Germany as well. Michael Owen got the Ballon d'Or. That's laughable. And yeah, when English players get the Ballon d'Or, it's not even clear off. They don't get it that clearly. Trent has transformed the right back role, so Zanetti and Cafu never fulfilled that role, or Dani Alves or Lam. Jeez, yes, come on. That's the thing. It's these English overrated. Whenever a British player does well, they're the best to ever do well in that position. Even the Soviet Union has more Euros than England. Wait, do they? Oh, yeah, you have more than one. You have more than England. Jesus Christ. I think I'm going to end the stream there. I'll go live later playing FIFA. Probably, yeah. No, I think I'll go live later playing FIFA. But Hansi Flick. Well, let's go back talking about Hansi Flick. I think you'll be a success. You know, actually, anyone watching, who's a player that you think Hansi Flick would sign? You know, or who's the player that you'd like to see at Bayern, even if you're not a Bayern fan? I think for me, it has to be Sane. No, but I think Sane is already a Bayern player, literally. I mean, we'll sign him, and I think he'll just come in and fit right in. And I think Hansi Flick wants him. He also wants Timo Werner and Kai Havertz. See, that's what I want. You know, I don't want him looking at these. Cool chat, man. Where are you based over the pond? I'm Scottish. I'm in the U.S. Surprisingly enough. I thought my accent would probably make that clear. But maybe I watched too much. You know, there's too much British people. Like, you know, I watch KSI, and therefore that makes me say some stuff that they say. But I wouldn't speak like this if I was, you know, somewhere else. This was supposed to be about Flick, but it became an England roasting session. That's right. SAS? I know you're a Bayern fan. What's one player that you're looking at and saying that's Hansi Flick's first signing? Because every coach has this. Their first signing, it's like a kid, you know, their first walk. Hansi Flick's first signing. Eric Poole will be about Imagine next to Goretzka. I don't know who that is. See, I don't have much knowledge about any other players other than Polgar. He plays in Syria. I've heard of him. I just don't know anything about him. So I'm guessing he's a defensive midfielder because that's all I want. I would love a Fabinho type midfielder, you know, who came from the Farmers League as well, and he's doing well now. Yeah, I would love that type of player. You know, making loads of tackles when Thiago leaves, because Thiago, you know, Thiago does everything. He's making like 3 tackles per game, right? He's making loads of interceptions. It's just crazy. Oh, Eric, wow, he looks good. He's only 26 as well. Plays for Fiorentina. Hey, I mean, look, that's something. Probably Sane. Okay, yeah, that's good. And check him. Fiorentina for Chile, passing range and mobile enough. Stu, you're like the first person that's, you know, from. I was watching. You're like the first England. What is it, Scottish English? No, it's British, right? Yeah, British. That I've ever seen with this much knowledge. Usually it's more of, oh yeah, you'd probably go tell me Declan Rice, or no, he snubbed Scotland, didn't he? Or Scott McTominay. Yeah, I feel like you wouldn't say that. You probably think McTominay is average, right? But I don't know. You just have way more knowledge of any other leagues than. It's crazy. I just Googled them and, oh. Scoring and assisting, CDM. You know, I want Sandro Tonali. That's who I'd like at Bayern after Thiago leaves. I'd like him. That's the next one. I think Tonali is so saucy. He has so much potential, especially in that CDM role. Energetic. You know, he has a good passing range on him. I wouldn't say he's a Pirlo. I'd say he's more of a Gattuso plus Pirlo combining. Right, the aggression of Gattuso and the passing of Pirlo, but not everything. Frank Colston, come on, he taught Mourinho and AVP. Who's AVB? I don't know who AVB is. I should know. Jeez. Oh my God. You know, I will be manager in the future. I'm trying to be, right? I mean, I'll have to do my coaching licenses when I'm older. But the Scottish former footballer who played for, oh wow. I mean, the only teams I know is Scotland or Celtic, Rangers. That's it. I don't know any. I could care less about the other ones. I still watch Scottish teams get slapped up. No, I don't. Rangers, Stevie Gerrard, you know, get slapped up by Bayer Leverkusen in their home ground, you know, but someone British would tell me that Ryan Kent Morales is better than Kai Havertz. Jesus Christ. Those two combined wouldn't even reach Kai Havertz. You're still here waffling. No, I'm not. We're just having a proper conversation. Alright, yeah, I did Google them up. Alright, that's it for the stream. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Mia san mia. I'll be back in a few hours streaming FIFA. if any of you are interested. So probably like 6 hours from now, right? Mia san mia and peace.